family is disgusting for...
Yo, it's your boy X and OJ. We back at it again. This time I'm reacting to my boy Poetic Flacco. He doing a video on DMX, you feel me? I just seen the title and clicked it, so I'm reacting real time with y'all. I'm from 914, Westchester, New York. I'm familiar with Yonkers. I'm familiar with DMX, his family, all that. So you better put some respect on his fucking name, Flacco. I'm not playing with you. Let's get this shit started. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Devil Wears Darker. Chill.
What they're choosing to do with this man's legacy. What I just saw, quite frankly, is the nastiest thing I think I've ever saw on the internet. Why would y'all do this? We'll get back to the video shortly, but I wanted to let you guys know this video is being sponsored by Kalshi. Kalshi is an app where you can make money predict.
Shout out to Flacco. Shout out to Kalshi, because I ain't gonna hold you. I use that shit. He not capping. That's a good spot. Go check it out. And they not sponsoring me, but I'm just giving y'all that free game.
In current events, I put money on what the weather is going to be every day on Kalshi. I check the weather app when I wake up. And really all I do is I look at what the highest temperature is going to be for the day. Then I go on Kalshi and place a prediction on what I think the highest temperature is going to be for the day. I'll say probably 7 out of 10 times my weather prediction hits. Sometimes it doesn't hit. But if you want to get paid by predicting weather on a daily basis, you can do so on Kalshi by clicking the link in my description and downloading the app and using code Flacco to get $10 on your first deposit. DMX ex-wife and some of his kids came together to do a documentary about how horrible DMX was.
Let me stop right quick before we keep going. I actually seen clips from this video, and I'm not even gonna speak ill, like, cause that's the family. She been there since day one from the bottom, so, and his kids speaking on how they feel, which nobody ever knew how they felt. So I feel like they got the right to do that. You feel me? I'm not even gonna knock it.
While he was alive. And I'm watching this and I'm like, what's the purpose of this? Like, why? Like, why would you do this to somebody when they pass away?
All faded away because X came alive.
There were so many times where I go to a show with my dad. I'm gonna say it exactly how it was. We would be backstage, and after his set was up, he'd point to one of his Wranglers, let's call it. He would say, yo, go out to the stage, get about 4 or 5, make sure they're ready to I gotta have 2. My son need 1, and his friend need 1. Make it happen. And that was very uncomfortable.
I mean, that's a lifestyle. I ain't agreeing with that shit, because that is crazy, so you feel me? I'm not gonna bring, I got a daughter, but if I had a son, I don't think I'd be bringing my son, 12-year-old son, no pussy, you feel me? That's just me. Rest in peace, X. I love you.
Transition to the next story made me feel icky inside because they were transitioning to make it feel like DMX was doing this when he was 12 years old, when that's not the case at all. No, DMX was doing this when he was an adult, a fully grown adult, right? DMX was throwing chicks at him when he was an adult. His friend was an adult. That's why they were able to go on tour with him.
Take that back. Okay, Flock. If y'all niggas was grown, I mean, that's when y'all niggas gotta know what come with tour life, you feel me? I've been there, done that, so you know them bitches on tour. You gotta have a strong will, brother.
However, the transition was to him talking about how, you know, his father used to cheat on his mama and he used to hate it when he was 12. So they transitioned to me on purpose to make it feel like DMX was doing something nefarious and damn near evil when, you know, that's not the case at all. He didn't put girls on his son when his son was 12. He put girls on his son when his son was a grown man.
Being 12 years old, observing your married father openly, unapologetically cheat on his wife, your mother, my mother, created this split in my mind and actually resented my father for it. And I remember looking like, you lying ass. Like, it just kept festering inside of me. At that time, I was frightened to say anything. With him, it was such a his way.
Not gonna lie, that is a very weird position to put your child into. And I will never even think about putting my child in a position where I will have to have them lie or something to their mother. Nah. Rest in peace, X. I love you.
The highway.
Controversial opinion here, bro. And maybe I'm just raised old school. I'm not hating my dad or turning on my dad because my dad cheated on my mom. I don't even consider that my business. And I'm damn sure not telling the world about that when he passed away. Right? Because what's the purpose of this? Like, why are you guys revealing all the horrible things that your father did? Like, you can't pay me enough to do this to my father. Now, luckily, my dad is alive and he's healthy and he's doing his thing. So you can't make me, right, like go against my father for no amount of money, dead or alive. But especially if my dad passed away and I'm here to honor his legacy, why in the world would I do this? For what reason?
When I would talk to him, he would say that he was bipolar. And I would say, how do you know that? He was like, I know. Like, he diagnosed himself. He was like, I remember being in a group home. And I used to take tests with the therapist. And I remember them telling me that I was manipulative. And he would use those, though, as excuses. Like, there's plenty of times as a wife, I signed him up into rehabs. He would manipulate them. He was a master manipulator.
With the bipolar, his moods were up and down, and not week to week. For him, it was day to day.
Sometimes it'd be scary just like being in the house because you didn't know what exactly was gonna set him off. So it was like walking on eggshells, just trying to not to, like make him upset.
It's like a dog, like waiting under like a tree that's like gonna bite you. You know what's gonna happen, you just don't know when. I 1000% think he had a lot of demons and trauma and just distractions in his life that really derailed him from just sticking with his family.
This is the problem with social media. Everybody wants attention. These people want to be viewed as a victim and they want their victimhood acknowledged, right? And for the most part, because it has not been acknowledged, it has not been really expressed, and people still go on to celebrate DMX without really talking about his family dynamics. I don't really hear or see DMX family dynamics coming up in his legacy conversations, but they want to be a part of it. They want to be a part of those talks. They want to be the first thing on people's minds when they think about DMX. So they're bringing up stories like this. Doesn't make sense whatsoever. Do this when he's alive, right? Do this when DMX is alive and like he can defend himself, he can speak for himself.
You can't do this when X was alive. Y'all see that little interview he had with that lady before trying to help him with his son, and he fucking spazzed out on her. So I don't think that was a good idea. Fuck it, get your shit out, whether you hear or not.
And he could argue and dispute certain things that's not true. But doing this when he's dead and can never speak up for himself, to me, is just cruel, is unusual, and is nasty.
He started really getting bad a year after I had Praise. He started being really open with using his drugs and getting very paranoid. He would walk around with a machine gun or a gun in front of the nannies, with something that he didn't really do. He would see things. He said a helicopter was one time looking at him. I'm like, no, it's not. He was very paranoid.
Police are coming for him, the CIA.
While he was on a binge and he was on tour, paranoid as hell. We leaving out of the hotel. He has his book bag with his gun in his book bag. Me, him, and his uncle are standing in the lobby. He says someone is following him, watching him, and he pulled the trigger, but because it was so muffled, we couldn't hear it. He shot his uncle in the foot. He fell to the floor. We see blood everywhere. I left my pocketbook on the scene because I just ran out with Earl because he was so delirious. We get in the truck. We take off. God had his hand on our car because they did a whole man search. We were the last cars to make it through the George Washington Bridge. The police shut it down looking for somebody who shot somebody in a hotel. Then he started getting, when he was high and when he wasn't high, very emotionally and verbally abusive. He used to try to make it seem like everything was my fault.
Man, let that man rest, bro. They got a divorce in 2014, all right, 12 years ago. Couples have issues, right? Marriage is not easy. Marriage is hard. Y'all had y'all issues. Why is the world hearing this? I wonder what DMX's immediate family has to say about this. Like, I wonder what his mama, if she's alive, or his brothers and sisters, if they're alive, or his daddy, if he's what do the immediate family have to say? Because this can't feel good, man. Like, I understand, like, whatever type of marital issues y'all have, y'all may have y'all issues, whatever, but like his brothers, his siblings, they can't feel good knowing that, the ex-wife.
Thank you, Flacco, for putting respect on his name.
And the kids are colluding to make this man look like an absolute monster in his death.
Bro, why you put Xavier in the front? I didn't put nobody nowhere, all right? Come on. Damn.
He used to yell. At this point, he started getting really sloppy with his cheating. Because before I would never really know. I kind of addressed him on it, and he like blew up, and he was like, yeah, you, you know, I don't give a shit, but be okay. Like, this was my life. Like, I was so up in the head. Xavier was in the room and he was doing push-ups, and I said to him, hey man, I see you getting your guns up. And he was like, so he's 14 years old. He said, yeah, I'm putting on some weight because the next time my father speaks to you like that, I'm gonna kill him. The look in his eyes, I will never ever forget. Something electrified through my heart, through my soul. Girl gotta go.
I was 18 years old. My mom and dad were doing couples therapy. So I get a call and my dad asks me, can you bring in some pills? Vicodin is gonna meet you. He's gonna give it to you to smuggle it in because they won't let me do anything here. I said, wait. You're in a drug-free facility. You're asking me to bring pills in for you? I said, yes. I said, I'm not gonna do that.
Obviously, DMX was filled with trauma, and obviously he left his kids traumatized as well, right? He gave his kids traumatic experiences, but I'm sure he gave his kids some good experiences too. Something like this will be something that like you would tell your homies and we'll all have a laugh about. If this happened to me or most people, let's say something similar happened to, they're telling their friends, their homies, they're having a good laugh about it. They're not commenting on a documentary and presenting this as evidence that his father was a monster and how his father affected him and this, and this. I don't know, man. I just think it's nasty. I don't think it's right. I don't think they should have done this whatsoever, right? And the son, to me, is probably just as culpable as the mom. The mom, you could tell, really got some hatred in her heart for DMX.
I thought Earl really had it all together. I thought Earl really knew who he was. But he was drowning in his lies, his fame, and his mental health issues.
The larger he got as an icon, as an artist, in his success, the harder it was for people to tell him no. The people around him was people that was just, yes, you wanna do that? Yes. Wanna do that crack? Yes. How much alcohol you want? Yes. So, yes, his success went up, but him as a human being was declining.
I was kind of happy to find out that I wasn't the only one who had a problem with this. I mean, like almost the entire timeline had a problem with this. Like you'll be pressed to find a positive comment about what they're doing. One person stated, what's the point of this? Shitting down on him, yet you still want to be associated with his name and the benefits. DMX had his faults. He even admitted in his last days that he had so many regrets about how he lived. This is that influence of, I don't believe in blaming all black women for the actions of DMX's wife, but let's just, hear him out. This is that influence of black women. She is obviously bitter about how he cheated on her, transferred the bitterness to the children as well. That son is an idiot because any man who hates his father for sleeping with other women is a man who doesn't even understand manhood. Punk son. Now, I don't believe in, like disparaging all black women, so I'm not even going to address that. But I do believe she did pass down bitterness to, like their kids. She did vilify DMX in the eyes of the kids. Because this man claiming he hated his father because his father cheated, it's like, hey, man, I don't condone cheating. I don't think it's right to cheat. But to hate your daddy because he cheated, come on, son. Like, that's a little bit extreme, man. Another Twitter user says, not defending
Trauma is different for every soul.
his actions whatsoever, but a sit-down, tell-all kind of ordeal out of nowhere when none of this is news to the public seems a bit random, odd, I don't know, LL. No, you 100% right. No, you is 100% right. They are nasty human beings for them. Another user says, we all knew DMX was flawed. He even alluded to it in his music and cried out for help. This interview is not new information. Let it go. It's not. The world didn't need to hear this. DMX has admitted to being a flawed human being, right? To being a drug user. It's not news. She did this, like from my perspective, to get back, man. Right? She's still bitter at DMX and still upset at what he put her through. Somebody asked a similar question that I asked, just wondering why this wasn't done when he was alive. Because if he was alive, he'll be able to respond back and defend himself and probably dispute a lot of what they are claiming. Somebody says, nasty work, but he always had God on his tongue. Okay, so it looks like this person is disparaging like DMX. I just think it's nasty work. I don't support it. Now, this is 50-50. Some people do believe that if you live a life how you live it, people should be able to speak about that life in an honest way. But I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, right? What do you guys think about this? And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out how the 50 Cent and T.I. beef just crossed the line of no return. I'm going to see you guys in this 50 Cent and T.I. video. And if you love my content, please click the hype button below this video and send me a...
That's my boy Flacco. Shout out to Flacco. Follow him. I mean, leave your comments in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Follow me. Devil Wears Darko. X and OJ out here.